Positivity started with a string and a story. Check it out. I'm warm and ready for the winter's day. Email Rainbow Place for your first lesson in crochet.
You follow your heart and you listen to your mind. You work really hard and you give it your best.
Rainbow Place.
Plans for the pieces, putting you to the test.
The city's heartbeat had slowed to a murmur. On their block, for lease, signs were like fallen leaves, and the grayness of the concrete seemed to seep into the sky. Inside the Harris household, though, a different story was unfolding. David Harris, laid off from the mill, held a fistful of raw, dull wool. "It's not much," he said to his wife, Imani, his voice heavy, "but it's what we have." Imani looked from the wool to her husband's strong hands, hands that had fixed machines and built shelves. "David," she said softly, her eyes lighting up, "your grandmother taught you to spin, and my grandmother taught me to crochet." She picked up a single strand of the wool. "Gray is just a color. It's a canvas waiting for a rainbow." The idea took root. David spent days in their small kitchen, using things they could find or afford. Onion skins for gold, beets for deep magenta, and wildflowers from the vacant lot for a surprising blue. The scent of simmering dyes filled their small apartment. Soon, dull wool was transformed into vibrant, living color. He called them threads of hope. Imani hung a hand-painted sign in their window. Rainbow Place. Learn to crochet. First lesson free. At first, only a few curious neighbors trickled in. But Imani's patience was as warm as the blankets she taught them to make. She showed them how a single thread could become something strong and beautiful. Laughter began to fill the room, chasing away the quiet worry. Their children, 12-year-old Maya and 8-year-old Caleb, watched it all. They saw the growing pile of colorful beanies, scarves, and small blankets. "Mom?" Maya said one evening, holding a soft, sunset orange beanie. "Mr. Henderson down the street is always so cold. Can we give him this?" The question hung in the air, full of possibility. The next day, Maya and Caleb knocked on Mr. Henderson's door. He was a lonely man whose window was always dark. When he saw the beanie, his tired eyes widened. "For me?" he rasped. Caleb nodded shyly, pushing a small blue lap blanket into his hands. "To keep you warm," he whispered. A rare, watery smile touched Mr. Henderson's lips. That one act of kindness became a mission. Every Saturday, Maya and Caleb would load up a small wagon with the week's creations from Rainbow Place. They learned the names of the lonely, the sick, and the people who slept in the park. They didn't just give gifts, they gave a moment of connection, a splash of color in a world of gray. Word of the Harris family and Rainbow Place spread. People who couldn't afford a lesson brought food. The corner store owner donated a box of tea. A young man who had been jobless started helping David dye the yarn. The small apartment became a hub of activity, a place where people shared not just yarn, but their burdens and their hopes. One evening, the family sat together. The click-clack of Imani's crochet hooked a steady rhythm in the quiet. "We don't have much," David said, looking at his family. "But our lives feel so full." Imani smiled, her hook never stopping. "We are weaving our community together, David. God has blessed the work of our hands." The recession didn't end overnight, but the neighborhood had changed. Brightly colored scarves and hats became common sights, worn like badges of honor. The Harris family had started with nothing but a handful of gray wool, but they had built Rainbow Place, proving that even in the hardest times, a family's love and a community's care could weave a masterpiece of hope.
You try to be good and you try to be kind.
I'm warm and ready for the winter's day. Email Rainbow Place for your first lesson in crochet.
You work really
A simple piece of thread can change the world around you.
but your plans for the pieces, putting